So to begin building an understanding about the relationship between the muscle and the brain, I think it's important to acknowledge how intertwined these two systems are. Moving our bodies is the only way we can interact with the world around us. Pretty much anything we can consciously do, like walking, eating, or talking, relies on contracting our skeletal muscles, which pull on our bones to coordinate actions. This contraction happens when myosin heads attach to actin and flex to shorten the sarcomeres, which are the subunits that make up muscle. However, it is actually the brain that initiates this whole process. The brain sends a signal down the spinal cord and through motor neurons into the muscle fibers. This then releases acetylcholine and disrupts the chemical gradient, which causes action potentials that initiate these contractions. This is all to say that the brain is responsible for movement, which is a pretty established idea that many people are aware about. But here's the kind of cool part and the foundation for my interest in this topic. This connection is actually a two-way street. The brain sends signals to the muscles which coordinate movement, but movement uses muscles that can send signals to the brain. The distinction is very subtle, but intentionally so. Of course, the physiology is always top to bottom and always starts with a signal from the brain. But the takeaway here is that using our muscles impacts the brain, which is a kind of powerful idea that we can hold since we can voluntarily control our movement and our muscles. This is a sea squirt, a filter-feeding marine invertebrate. The sea squirts hatch and then swim around as tadpoles until they settle down on rocks and corals for the rest of their lives. Once they kind of find this permanent spot in the ocean, movement becomes unnecessary for their survival, and sea squirts digest their brain. The ability to move was the primary reason that they had brains to begin with. After all, having a very energy-expensive organ for no reason is like buying a jet engine to scramble some eggs. It's just complete overkill. This two-way street between movement and the nervous system is kind of highlighted in this scenario with the sea squirt. It shows how changes in movement can have dramatic implications for the brain. This is true in mammals as well, which brings us closer to some relevant territory. In short, the more a species needs to move, the more powerful its brain. Koala bears, which are known for their sedentary habits and eucalyptus leaf diet, have the smallest brain-to-body ratio of all mammals. The lifestyle they have evolved into does not require much movement. This has worsened the cognitive ability of koalas over time. This makes sense metabolically, as the brains are very hungry and require lots of energy. The signaling through which muscle communicates to the brain how kind of the muscle is being used, whether that's a lot or a little, kind of helps this process happen. Movement is designed for survival, so physical inactivity tells the brain that everything is okay and safe, and that optimal operation is not required. Once it receives that signal, the brain kind of cuts costs and drops its efficiency to meet the decreased demands in the body, and just attempts to not waste energy unnecessarily. So yeah, I hope you see what I mean about the kind of brain and movement connection. This relationship exists, and we can show that it goes both ways. Muscle interacts with the brain through channels parallel to those which allow the brain to coordinate movement. And yeah, I'd highly recommend looking into Daniel Wolpert's work if you'd like to learn more about this topic. It really helped me kind of grasp it on a deeper level. And yeah, I hope you found this as interesting as I do. In the future, I plan to kind of build on this foundational idea, as I feel it opens a lot of doors to kind of new questions, topics, and techniques. Thank you.